Welcome everyone. Good morning. Welcome to our Yin practice. We are going to start in a reclined butterfly. Now, there are some props around. If you'd like to use something underneath your spine for this, please feel free. There's 2 extra bolsters there. But if not, no problem. We can simply just bring ourselves all the way down, bringing the soles of the feet together. If you have 2 blocks, you're more than welcome to use them underneath your thighs or your knees. And you can also use your bolster in this way as well. So we are going to settle in here for a few minutes. So taking whatever you need here, just to make yourself as comfortable as possible, while getting a nice stretch in. So settling in, taking whatever props that you need here. Finding a place of stillness. Starting to slow everything down. Sitting in the back seat of the bus. Taking notice of anything that's going on here in your body or your mind. And today we're going to focus on release and letting go. And that could be mentally, emotionally, physically. Just taking a moment here to take notice of anything that you're holding on to, that you might need to release or let go of. Creating more space for the present. Maybe taking a big inhale in through the nose. And then as you exhale through the mouth, imagine anything no longer serving you, releasing, floating away above you. And you can do that as many times as you'd like. If there's anything else, taking a big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, letting it all drift away. Just settling into a natural rhythm of breath whenever you're ready. And taking notice of your face, softening behind the eyes, the cheekbones, the jaw. Releasing through your shoulders as they melt deeper into the ground or towards the ground. Softening through the chest, the ribs, the belly. Really taking notice of the rise and fall as you inhale and exhale. Releasing through the hips as you feel your sit bones sinking heavier and heavier into your mat. Feeling softness through your glutes. your upper leg, your lower leg. And then really softening through the ankles, the feet. Your next inhale, filling up the lungs as much as possible. And exhale, feeling your whole body melting down towards the ground, letting go of any last tension you're holding on to here. And staying here for another 3 more breaths. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. From here, wiggling the fingers. Maybe you slowly start to bring the knees up towards the ceiling, or you can straighten the legs, whatever feels good here. If there's a little stretch or movement you want to take as you are, please feel free. And when you're ready, you're going to slowly release the prop or props underneath you and bringing your spine back down to the mat. Inviting in here maybe some windshield wipers with the knees side to side, or you can bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice little rock on the spine and massage through your lower back. Just listening to your body here, seeing where you need to be. When you're ready, we're going to roll ourselves over onto our side, taking a breath here, taking a big breath in, and a big breath out. Starting to slowly pass through the top hand as you lift yourself up, nice and slow, there's no rush. Bringing yourself into a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Cross leg doesn't work for you, you can take the legs out, you can sit on your shins, just listening into your body. And then from here, just gonna find a little bit of movement, a little bit of warmth through the hips and the spine. I'm gonna find a Sufi grind, so the palms come to the knees if they're not there already. We're gonna start with length through the spine. So reaching that crown up towards the ceiling. Those shoulders are softening away from the ears. So really just keeping that softness that we've just cultivated. And then we're gonna start to slowly transition the torso, the chest forward, maybe a little lift of the chin. And then slowly over to the side, doesn't matter which side, keeping the sit bones rooted. As you plant those palms into the knees, you're gonna tuck chin to chest as you tuck the tailbone rounding through the back. And maybe you close your eyes from here, really just feeling into the body, noticing where you're holding on to anything at all. And maybe you just invite your breath in. So that could mean inhaling through the front and exhaling through the back, or any other breath that's feeling good in your body. It might feel nice to even swap the breath. So maybe you exhale through the front, creating space in the upper back. And then inhale through the back as you round. Just noticing the difference, how that feels. Then circling in the opposite direction when you're ready. Yeah, noticing any sensations, any spaces you need to move into a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Taking one more breath here. And then coming back through center, nice and slow, no rush. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take the right leg out long in front. Left sole of the foot comes inside the right inner thigh. So finding our hamstrings here, you're going to adjust through your seat, making sure you feel nice and even through your sit bones. Inhale to find that length we always look for, shoulders back and down. You're more than welcome to invite in the arms if you'd like, just an option. No matter where you are, we're gonna slowly start to exhale, lowering ourselves down. Once you can lower no further, dropping the hands down wherever feels comfortable, shoulders away from the ears, softening through the neck as you send that forehead down towards that right leg. Invite in any props you'd like here. If you want to rest on your bolster or a block on your forehead. If there's something I haven't suggested that would feel good for you, that could be a block underneath your left knee or underneath your sit bones. Just listening to your body here. And in each pose today, if it feels okay for you, I want you to invite in a big breath. Starting now, taking a big inhale when you're ready. Filling up the lungs, feeling lightness through your upper body, length in the spine. And exhale, release. Seeing if you can sink yourself in that little bit deeper. Again, with this letting go, releasing theme. In each pose, you can find that as many times as you like, or not at all if it's not feeling good for you today. But really thinking about where you're holding on to in your body and seeing if you can connect your breath into that space, no matter where you are. And Yin is not, unfortunately, meant to be a comfortable practice. So really leaning into any discomfort. I'm not talking about severe pain or pinching, but just any little tight bits in the body, any releasing through the tissues. Just leaning into that discomfort and seeing if you can really connect your breath to it. I'm sticking around here for 3 more breaths. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. From here, slowly rolling the spine all the way up. Releasing through the legs. Just take whatever you need here. Any shakes, any sways. Maybe stillness. In Yin, what we call rebounds. It's generally done in stillness, but I always like to encourage whatever feels good for you. So whenever we're done a pose, just instinctively moving or finding stillness in a way that feels best for you. No matter what I'm doing or what your neighbors are doing. Okay, when you're ready, again, no rush. We're gonna slowly start to head onto the other side. So the left leg goes long. The right sole of the foot comes inside the left inner thigh. Adjusting through your seat just a little bit, just making sure you feel nice and even through those sit bones. Giving that left leg just a little shake, making sure you're not holding on to anything here. And inhale to lengthen the spine. Maybe you take the arms up. And exhale, fold. When you can fold no further, dropping the hands, the shoulders down. Softening through the neck, forehead moving heavy towards your left leg. Really nice. And then again, if you did on the other side, inviting in that releasing breath. Big inhale, feeling lightness through the upper body, length in the spine. Exhale, sinking even heavier. Beautiful. Really just meeting yourself where you're at today. Honoring what your body is telling you, whether that's to back off, stay as you are, or go deeper. I think we so very rarely listen to what our bodies are telling us these days. We get so busy, so caught up in everything that's going on in our lives, all the busyness, the plans, the to-do lists. So I really invite you to take this hour out of your day, out of your week, to really just listen in. Giving yourselves another few more breaths here. Taking one more breath in and exhale. Taking your time, slowly starting to roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Releasing out the legs. Just taking whatever your body is calling for. Taking whatever you need. Beautiful. And from here, next place we're going to move into is going to be with wide legs. You want to adjust yourself on your mat so that your heels are over top of it. Please feel free. If you feel like you'll be okay here with the heels on the floor, then go right ahead. You're going to make sure that you have a block or a bolster handy. So it doesn't matter which one. You will need one at least. And we're going to take it behind the right leg, so maybe around where your knee is, but you'll be able to adjust. And if you have the bolster, then it's really handy because you can kind of use a long length here, whichever works for you. Now, there's different lengths here you might have to adjust. You can go on the lower height or higher heights. Again, you might just see what feels good for you. But from here, making sure there's no pinching in the knees, we're also going to make sure that our ankles aren't rolling inwards. So we're keeping them quite neutral, ankles and toes reaching up towards the ceiling. From here, nice long spine once more. And you're going to start to drop that right elbow down on top of your prop. So see how that feels right off the bat. You might know if you need to change the height or adjust the positioning. And then you're going to start to see if you can place your right ear on top of your right hand. So again, Option to stay here. You might already feel the stretch through the left side body. If you want to go a bit deeper, the option here is to take the left hands and you can almost interlace the hands behind your head or anything like that. It doesn't have to be exactly interlaced, but just simply lifting that left elbow up towards the ceiling. And we're trying to lift the chest up a little bit. So not too much rounding here through the spine, but finding that lift, that openness. If you're finding that both legs wide is feeling uncomfortable for you, simply just pop that left heel into your center. Works the same way, but maybe you find less tension here through the left hip or hamstring, whatever might be bothering you. Again, not a super comfortable pose, so really just breathing and leaning into it. Feeling that nice openness through the left side body, taking deep breaths into that left rib cage. Really nice. We're going to just settle in here for another 5 more breaths. Taking one more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly lifting that left hand back over. And then bring that spine back up. Now from here, release the legs if you need to. Just giving them a little shake here. Or again, any movements through the side body. Might even feel nice to find a little windshield wiper. Beautiful. Now from here, bringing those legs back wide. And then we're gonna bring our prop, if we'd like, through the center. So we're gonna find a forward fold here. If you need to bring the heels in a little bit closer, please feel free to adjust. Again, inhale to lengthen through the spine, and then exhale to fold. And maybe there is not much of a fold. That's okay. You'll be able to feel the stretch. That's all we're after here. Finding the stretch through the hamstrings, the inner thighs. But just seeing if you can rest somewhere that feels okay for you. With whatever props you need. You can keep a bend through the knees here. You can use props underneath your seat. Beautiful. Making sure to keep those shoulders soft. And using that releasing breath here, if it feels available to you. Deep inhale to feel lightness and length. Exhale to release even heavier. Last 3 breaths. Last breath in. And exhale out. Slowly, slowly. Bring yourself up. Releasing in whatever way feels good for you. And take any props just over towards that left side, just having them ready here for our side stretch. Just taking what you need here. Beautiful. Okay, when you're ready, bring those legs out wide one last time. And making sure that the knees feel okay, the toes are facing up towards the ceiling. Adjusting your prop to whatever heights or positioning feels good. Dropping that left elbow down. And then seeing if you can rest that left ear into your left palm. And just seeing how this feels for you. You can stay here if that feels like it's enough. You can already feel the stretch through that right side. Or maybe you can take the right arm overhead, taking a bend through the elbow and placing the right hand behind your head. And if interlacing the fingers there feels okay, please feel free. You're going to draw that right elbow up towards the ceiling, trying to open through the chest as much as possible. Finding those deep connective breaths. Beautiful. Five more breaths here. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly releasing the right hand and then bringing that spine back up. Setting your prop up to the side just for a moment here and then releasing again in whatever way feels good for you. You close your eyes, just move in whatever way your body is calling for. From here, I'm going to slowly make our way into a wide leg child's pose. We're going to come over into a tabletop position. And then taking those knees as wide as feels comfortable to you. Could be shoulder distance or maybe as wide as your mat or wider. If it feels okay, bringing those big toes towards each other, sinking those sit bones back and down towards the heels, and then walking those hands forward as you bring the forehead down to either a prop or down to the ground. Your choice here. Again, inviting in anything you need. Taking a big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, soften. Really feeling that connection where your body meets the mat. Palms, your forehead, your knees, shins, the tops of the feet. Just feeling them all sinking down into your mat. From here, you have the option to stay as you are, or we can invite in a stretch through the triceps. And you can drop those elbows down into the mat, releasing the forearms and the palms off. You need to take the palms together or one palm over the top. And then gently guiding those hands behind the head, maybe towards the base of the skull and the neck. You're going to draw the chest back down towards the ground, the forehead down. And that's just an option if it feels good for you. If it doesn't, you can just release back into whatever arm position feels good. And taking 3 more breaths here. Last breath in. And exhale out. From here, slowly taking those hands back to the mat. And then gently starting to press yourself up into your tabletop. Bringing the knees back underneath the hips. taking a few breaths to rebound, recover. Beautiful. From here, we're going to make our ways back down onto our seat so we can move to our backs. So swinging those legs around. Take a bend through the knees, soles of the feet on the mat. Drawing those hands behind the thighs. So press the hands into the thighs, rounding the spine and rolling yourself down. Bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe again you find another little rock on the spine here, side to side. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to find a double knee twist, drawing those knees down to the right side of the room. Now you can adjust in many different ways here. You can use a block or a bolster underneath the right thigh. You can use one in between the knees or the ankles. And if you find that your left shoulder blade is drawing off the ground, you can take something underneath that as well. No matter where you are here in your twist, you're going to drop those shoulder blades down into the ground. Maybe you take the arms out wide, or you can take the right hand on top of your left thigh. And gazing in the opposite direction of your knees if it feels okay in your neck. You're releasing in your stretch and your twist. Taking a big inhale through the nose. And exhale, release, feeling heavier through the shoulder blades. Feeling those legs sink deeper towards the ground. Just another 3 more breaths here. And taking one more breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly bringing your spine back to the mat. Taking whatever you need here. We're going to continue to find space down the side bodies. So we're going to take the legs long on the mat and the arms overhead. If you can grab hold of the left wrist with the right fingers, please feel free. Something always falls. And then from here, you're going to start to walk those legs over to the right side of the room. You're going to keep the hips facing up towards the ceiling nice and even. And then you're going to see if you can move those shoulder blades over a little bit as well. And maybe not, that's okay. If it feels good crossing one ankle over the other, either one, you can play around with it, see which one feels good for you here. I remember the first time somebody told me to try switching legs. It's amazing. See where you need to be. Continuing to find that space down the left side body, breathing into your rib cage. And continuing to connect to your breath in whatever way feels good for you. And taking 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly, slowly. Maybe you walk the feet back and crossing the ankles. Maybe you walk those shoulder blades back. You can sit through center here in stillness for a few breaths or invite in a bit of movement that feels better for you. And then getting ready for a twist on the left side. We're going to bring both knees in towards the chest one more time here, giving them a nice squeeze, rock on the spine. Bring the forehead up to the knees if that feels good for you, just anything at all. When you're ready, drawing those knees down to the left side of the room. Using any props that you need, whether that's underneath the left leg, in between the knees. Taking a big inhale in, and exhale, dropping that right shoulder blade into the ground. Maybe taking the gaze in the opposite direction of the knees. Really just breathing into that twist. Nice movements from the spine. Taking 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more breath in. And exhale out. Slowly, slowly. Releasing your spine back to your back. Taking any stillness, any movement. We're going to find our side body stretch. So taking the legs long on the mat, arms overhead. Seeing if you can grab a hold of the right wrist if it feels okay for you. And then walking those legs over to the left side. And maybe you can walk those shoulder blades over to the left. Crossing one ankle over the other. Playing around with which one feels best for you today. Breathing down that right side body, softening through the face, the hips. 3 more breaths where you are. Last breath in and exhale out. Slowly, slowly walking yourself back through center. Taking any motions you need here. And we have a couple of minutes for one last pose. I'm going to make suggestions, but you can choose whichever pose feels best for you here at this time in your practice. I'm going to suggest either a happy baby, a shoulder stand / bow pose, or maybe you take a prop underneath your spine, finding a supported bridge with your legs up or arms up, one or the other or both. So taking whichever of these options is calling your name. Again, really leaning into what your body is asking for at this time. Where do you need to be? What is going to benefit you and your body most at this time? Beautiful. Giving yourself 5 more deep breaths wherever you are. Taking one more breath in And exhale out. Slowly, slowly. Only if you're ready, making your way into your final resting pose. There's no rush. If you're happy to stay where you are for a little bit longer, please feel free. If you're ready to head into your Shavasana, go right ahead, taking this any way that feels good for you. You can use any props. You can wrap up with any sweaters or blankets or socks. And you can take this lying on your back, your front, your sides, or seated even if that feels best for you. Taking this time to really listen into your body and soaking in your practice. I will be coming around with the Jai Yoga Essential Oil Mellow Blend. It has chamomile, lavender, and bergamot in it. If you do not want me to spray this above you, just give your hand a little wave now and I will skip past you. Thank you.
Slowly starting to bring some awareness back into your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers or your toes. Finding a gentle sway of your head side to side. Inviting in some larger movements when you're ready. Maybe circling your wrists or your ankles. Maybe it feels good to take your arms overhead, stretching through the feet, taking a big inhale in and a big sigh out. Moving your knees in towards your chest. It feels good for you, giving yourself one last final little squeeze. Maybe rock on the spine, side to side. And then rolling over onto your side, whichever side feels most comfortable for you. You can take a breath or two here just to arrive back into the room. Another big breath in. Big breath out. When you're ready, starting to gently press through that top hand, lifting yourself into a comfortable seated position. Taking your hands wherever feels most comfortable to you. That could be your thighs, your lap, or maybe your hands through heart center. And we're going to take a breath together. So taking a big breath in through the nose. And exhale, sigh out. Beautiful. Thinking about that release, that letting go. Trying to see if you can honor that into the rest of your day or into your week. Normally I read out something I've resonated with this week, but this week is, or today anyways, it's a little reminder that I wrote down for you guys. It's a reminder just in case no one has told you this recently, that I am so proud of you and everything you have endured and achieved. I hope you know how worthy you are and just how much you bring to the world. Taking a moment to send gratitude to yourself. Really taking a moment to honor this time that you've taken out of your day to connect with your breath, connect with the present moment, and also just connecting to your body, some movement, really thanking yourself. And I would just like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to share your space and your practice with me this morning. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.